Lobalu, well, he was the big winner here a couple of years ago. He won that race as a relative unknown for South Sudan. Now he's a Swiss citizen, and he too in fabulous form. A national record in Oslo on Thursday of 12:50 for 3,000. And Bekele, well, he was a little disappointing in Oslo. I have to say he was 14th in Oslo, but he is a 7:25 performer at his best. That from the Eugene Diamond League final last year. It's a big field, it's a very high caliber field, and the crowd who will be roaring Almgren on. I wonder if he can cause a bit of a shock here by taking down some of these big African names with that 1:45.800 speed and 59-minute half marathon strength. That is pretty rare, I can tell you. Wonderful crowd here, hardly a seat available in the arena apart from the very exposed
On your marks.
to the sun seats under the main board near the finish line. Well, away they go. I thought that looked like a bit of a full start on the outside echelon, but they get on their merry way. We're looking for laps of exactly 60 seconds per lap. So, yes, more or less 4-minute mile pace for 7.5 laps is what has been asked for. The first pacemaker will be Adam Chawinski of Poland. He'll take them to 1,000, 2.5 laps in 2:30, and then Jude Thomas of Australia, who's a 3:37 1,500-meter runner, hoping to get them to 2,000 in about 5 minutes. And it looks quickish already because almost single file after a couple of 100 meters, Chris.
Yeah, single file already, and the maths very simple indeed, as you say, 2:30 for each kilometre, so through 2 kilometres in 5, and hopefully bringing them around in 7:30. Or the world lead, I should say, Berega was indoors 7:25, and the outdoor fastest time of the world this year, Nordás from Norway, who's having a brilliant start to the season, 7:35.
Well, the meeting record is Kenenisa Bekele. That was a 7:25 run back in 2007. Yeah, all of 17 years ago now. And these two pacemakers, well, they're moving along well, but nobody looks too keen to go with them at this stage. It is single file as they come down the home straight in front of us. They'll see 6 laps to go. Chawinski here has got to stick to the plan. Grijalva, he's an interesting athlete there. He's back in 5th place at the moment, and he's a lovely fella. 6th in Oslo and a personal best new national record for Guam of 12:50. Guatemala, rather, excuse me. He was 4th in the last 2 World Championship 5,000s, Luis Grijalva. He's a great athlete, and he's coming on, and he was saying he's building in confidence with that run in Oslo on Thursday.
Very much so, and lives at altitude in Flagstaff, so he spends his weeks, week in, week out, when he's not travelling, at over 2,000 metres, 7,000 feet. And
1,000 metres in this 3,000 metres. Lobalu, the winner here a couple of years ago, is in second place, tucked in behind the pacemaker, and Mohamed Ismail of Djibouti is in 3rd down the back straight. But the laps really haven't been clicking by as well as they should have been. The second lap was a 62.37, then a 61.5, and then a 61.1 fourth lap. So they come up now to 2 kilometres, and we're looking for 5 minutes, and it's almost 5:06. That middle kilometre at 2:34 for all intents and purposes. There's going to be a burn up here. Almgren, by the way, for this Swedish crowd, and they're roaring him on as events continue in the pole vault as well, with another Swedish star in action. Almgren in 4th place, and looking forward to this, I would imagine. He's been in superb form, and home advantage, home crowd really does get the adrenaline flowing.
Yeah, it does. They were all introduced before the meeting started, and now starting to stretch away. Another 62-second lap, so it is quickening.
But this is what they need, frankly, is tactical running occasionally, because that's what you get in championships. You go to the Olympic Games, you go to the European Championships, there are no pacemakers. You have to learn to race. All too often, athletes these days learn to run behind a pacemaker, follow the wave lights and run flat out. A little bit of argy-bargy there, a bit of pushing between Grijalva and I think Ismail. But look at this, bunching with 600 metres to run. This has become a middle distance race, and this will be down to speed. And Almgren looking very confident indeed on the shoulder there of Lobalu.
And behind him, Grijalva, so they are bunching up and trying to get into the right position, ready to attack on the last lap. And just as we say that, Grijalva coming wide and just coming up onto the shoulder of Almgren. Almgren in brilliant form, as you said, and Stewie McSwain now coming into lane 3 and getting himself involved.
Grijalva onto the shoulder of the leader. This is going to be a burn-up. It's slow at the bell, about 6:39 at the bell at 61.5. Stewie McSwain there in the purple in about 5th place. Almgren in 4th. Has he got the speed here? Lobalu controlling things at the moment. You know, if it's going to be a burn-up, he might as well be a metre ahead at the bell rather than a metre behind. Nordás with that 1500 metre speed moving down the outside. He's a 3:29 performer. This is an opportunity for the 1500 metre specialist. And Lobalu kicks hard there with 200 to run, just keeps the Norwegian at bay. Guatemala's Grijalva is still there in 3rd. Almgren in 4th. The crowd roaring them on. Ismail in 5th. It's down to this last 100, and Lobalu kicks yet again. Has Nordás got the speed just yet? Grijalva's in their wake, but he cannot get back to them, and it's going to be a win, surely, for the Norwegian. Nordás takes it there. 7:33. That last lap, around 55 seconds, but Nordás there using that great racing brain and 1500 metre strength and speed to ease over the line there. Coached, ironically, by Jakob Ingebrigtsen's father. And that's a win for their team. Jurt Ingebrigtsen will be punching the air with the calibre of the run there from Nordás. Superb stuff in a strange 3,000 metres. That winning time is still quick, 7:33. A big new personal best for Nordás. Lobalu as well, finishing strongly with a season's best, and Grijalva, well, his reward was to make the rostrum in 3rd with a season's best. For Almgren, a new national record in 4th, 7:34.28. They had to work so hard for that one, and I'll tell you what, Lobalu, running for Switzerland now, made Nordás work for that. He never gave up. It was, he earned every centimetre of that pass of the former South.